You will have to excuse the rainbow and the fan and the window. You will have to excuse everything. I can't even shoot like directly in front of the window because I would look like that. I have notes that I will follow. Hi, I'm Colleen and I'm a person. I like to read and I like to write, but I do whatever on this channel, and today I am going to be showing you a DIY of a flower inspired costume that I sewed. Before I get into that, I just wanted to tell you that I am still watching anime, and since the last video I have watched a number of things. I am just going to be doing a quick rundown of what I've been watching. Since then, I've watched the second season of Sounds of Life, and it's not as grassroots underdog as the first season. I liked the first season better, but it was still good if you consider it as a collective, like a show. And the second one is Noragami, and you can look up the premise of all these animes if you want to. But yeah, the next one is Noragami, and Noragami was really hyped to me for years, and I think that's why it fell flat a little. It didn't meet my expectations, but just because I think that my expectations were brought up because a lot of people were recommending it to me for a while. And the next one is Magic Gyun Renaissance. I didn't like it. I believe that it was Umehara testing my being a fan, because I really thought that it was his, if you can't support me at my Magic Gyun, don't support me at my romantic killer. I'm just kidding. I know that voice actors don't necessarily have control over the story, but yeah, I didn't like it. The next one is More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. This was a bit thirst trappy, but I still really liked it. It was really funny. The next one is Bibliophile Princess. This got really low ratings on my anime list, but I think that was not warranted because I really liked it. There was a bit of a technical politics side, I guess, along with the romance, and it wasn't really leaning towards funny. So I guess that's why people didn't like it, which I get, I understand, but I really liked it personally. The next one is Ice Sky and his cool female colleague, and I didn't like it. Apart from the fact that he looks like Jack Frost, it was a flop for me. The next one is My Dress Up Darling. This again was a bit thirst trappy, but I liked the logistical / technical detailing of cosplaying Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, and I will withhold judgment until the second season, which I think will be released on July 2023. And yeah, because it left a bit weird. I'm not gonna spoil this because it's fairly new, and I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't watched it yet. Currently, I am watching Aharen San wa Hakarenai, and it didn't have an English title, so sorry if you're Japanese. On the book front of things, I have only read so far Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and the reviews warned me about this, but I still read it because I really like Tessa Bailey as a writer. Her writing style is really, it flows well, and she writes great dialogue, but this was a miss for me because apart from the titling and the marketing of the book as a secret admirer trope type book, it didn't it disregarded it. It was rendered useless, or it wasn't used effectively as a plot device in this book. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much in case some people have not read it. It seemed a bit clickbaity because it's the title was like Secret Admirer, but the Secret Admirer trope was kind of ineffective. That said, I'm still looking forward to Wreck the Halls, her upcoming release, because I still like Tessa Bailey as a writer. Can't win them all, I guess. These past few weeks, I have been doing a little bit of sewing. I have a few small sewing projects. I didn't even really few of these because this one, for example, this corset, it's a ta-da! The ribbon came off, but yeah, it's a corset. I didn't film this one because I, without deviating, actually followed someone else's tutorial, which I will link if I find it again. It was really fun to make. My sewing machine doesn't have the thing that helps you stitch boning. Like, it doesn't help you stitch that really closely, so I had to hand sew it. That was a struggle, but I made it work. The next one that I did, I also didn't film because I patterned it after this top, which I'm wearing. It's an underbust thing, an underbust corset thing. Not really a corset because I didn't want to do the boning again, so I just made it like snug. I don't know if you can see that because of the rainbow, but yeah, just this shirt with a lower, obviously underbust, with a lower thing. I just used like a French curve to make that part lower. It's not really like technical. That was easy. I had made another one actually in this color, but I washed it and stained it, the grommets, sort of rusted. You definitely cannot see that because of the sun. But yeah, I stained it. I might dye it to save the thing, but I don't know. I also made these. It's a costume basically, and it's like an warrior armor thing. And I did film this, which I will quickly show you right now. Did you see it? My problem with this is that it's pretty long. It covers this hole, which I did intend, but I couldn't move much after I tried it on, so I might cut it or do something with it or not. I don't know. The next one I did also film, so I will quickly show you what I did with that. It's basically this short cape. It has these chip looking things at the bottom, but the chips I already had. It's fairly easy. I can't really sew super technical stuff because that's all I know how to do. I can't even really make a proper pattern. The main DIY that I will be showing you today, at last you're here, is a flower inspired costume. The skirt will be the petals and the top will be the stem. What I did was, I'm going to be looking down because I'm consulting notes on this so I don't deviate. I used this top again to make the pattern. So basically, this top stretches out. Oh, it's upside down. This top stretches out, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically 7 panels. So what I did was I traced each panel onto some paper And then I made like a 1/2 inch sewing allowance on all sides of the panel. And I laid it on my chosen fabric. I decided to make 2 layers, a green / sheer layer on the back part, and a second layer to sort of overlay, and that one is like all sheer green. So I cut that, and it's a total of 14 pieces. Then I sewed the panels together, basically making this long strip of fabric. You're going to be folding it in 2. If you're going to do this, you're gonna want to be mindful of the stitched side where it's going to end up. Make sure it's facing inward and not like outward. This is what I'm talking about. The sheer side and the green side is inside, obviously. And apart from that, I inserted these ribbons as I was sewing the panels together. Okay, so next step is you fold it in half, obviously, and you stitch the top and the bottom, and then the final edge. Since this part is sheer, if you're doing this and you don't want this part to be seen, you can do a ladder stitch as well, but you're going to have to hand sew that. I just inserted these grommets, and I did it for the back as well. I attached garter instead of string for the back. For the straps, I just braided twine and gold string and inserted that there. So that's it for the top. For the skirt, I already cut a 1/2 circle skirt for the main like fabric of it, and hemmed all the edges. Of course, I cut it first, and then I hemmed all the edges. After that, I sewed the skirt like a 1/4 of the way, and then attached a zipper the rest of the way. So that makes the base of it like the skirt itself. For the petals, I have 2 sizes. It's basically just like a U shape, and I actually made an oopsie. At first, I was going to do it like that for all. I don't know if you noticed, but it's just 1 piece of fabric, and what I did was I hemmed all the edges, and that was a struggle because that was much harder. And I decided that what I really wanted was to just make it easier and use 2 pieces of fabric and then sew those pieces together and turn it outside out. That's what I did. I ironed it, obviously. So the next step is just pinning it down, basically. I did this topmost layer first, almost as a band. It's not perfect. I shouldn't be showing this to you too closely, but yeah. The rest of the layers, I sewed one on top of the other. I think it turned out really well. I mean, as well as things might go. Obviously, the stitching is not perfect, but since I didn't really have a guide for it, I would consider that pretty successful. That is it for the video. I hope you learned something or at least enjoyed watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Bye!